Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're excited to read. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit sleepy this morning, and then when I remembered I need to start getting ready for sprints, I got so excited. I'm gonna be reading Emily Wilde today because I'm still too nervous to read Iron Flame. So let me know what all y'all are gonna be reading this morning in chat. I have my coffee. I have JMO all bundled up, ready to read. Yes, I don't know what my problem is. Let me hold up this beauty. She's so beautiful and wonderful, and I went out to buy her right away, and I get so stressed out every time I go to pick her up to read her. I'm only 2 chapters in. With really hyped books, I don't know what it is, like my anxiety just spikes. So we'll see how it goes. But Emily Wilde is a library book for me, and it's due in like 2 days. So I figured I would be a good nugget and start there. And we'll see how it goes. If I want to switch to something else, we can do that then. Hi, Nicola. Oh my gosh, The Wicked King is one of my favorite books. I think I like Queen of Nothing a little bit better. But I love The Wicked King so much. How are you enjoying it so far? Good morning. I hope you Oh my gosh, reading Emily Wilde too. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like Emily Wilde. It's a book that I put off reading for a really, really long time because cozy fantasies, I mean, to be fair, none of them have been a miss so far, but in my brain, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like a cozy fantasy. And then I read Legends and Lattes and absolutely loved it. And everyone was like, Tori, you like fae, you like cozy fantasy. Like, I think you need to read Emily Wilde. And I was like, okay. And then I picked it up almost reluctantly last week. I've been loving it. I'm halfway through, so I don't know if I'll be able to finish it on sprints today, but we will certainly try. Oh my gosh, Divine Rivals is so good. I'm so yeah. I don't know what it is about Iron Flame. I wish I was one of those people with like super hyped books that could be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, and like reads it in a day. Like that is the energy that I want. But me, I get so stressed by everyone's like opinions. Like some people with super hype books, like some people love it. Some people are disappointed by it or by certain aspects of it, like all of these things. And I don't know why. It just like really stresses me out. Good morning. Reading plus one by Maisie Eddings. Good morning. Haven't decided what to read. I'm stuck in the what I want to read versus what I feel like I should read mood reader dilemma. I say read what you want to read because you're going to be so much more excited for it than picking up what you feel like you have to. So, what are the books? What do you want to read versus what do you feel like you should read? Unless it's like schoolwork or something, then don't do schoolwork. Read something fun. Hello, reading Reckless. Hi, I hope you're having a great morning. I am. Last night it took me forever to fall asleep, and yesterday I was like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yesterday I sat on the couch all day and I played Breath of the Wild, and I wanted to get like reading done this weekend, but like I said, Iron Flame just really stressed me out a lot, and I decided to self-sabotage and restart playing Breath of the Wild. And I've never actually beaten that game, and I got so into it, clearly. All that to say, I went to sleep last night at like midnight because at like 11 I was like, wow, I should really stop playing my video game and like shower and get ready for bed. And then it took me forever to fall asleep, but we have coffee to help. I also get like so excited to sprint with y'all on Sunday mornings. It makes me so excited to read and chat and hang out. Good morning. Oh, I'm so sorry. In bed with a migraine, but here for Iron Flame thoughts. Oh, I hope that you feel better. Migraines are the absolute worst. I'm the same with hyped books because I feel like it can never live up to the hype and expectations. That's like part of it for me. And then the other part is that like, I don't know, the energy that surrounds the book, I feel like people are like fighting about it because some people do fight about super hyped books because they're like, no, that opinion's wrong or like that theory's wrong. And I'm like, Can we all just like read and be happy, please? I don't know. The energy surrounding Iron Flame right now really scares me. Starting Iron Flame this morning. Oh my gosh. I hope you love it. Gonna read Gordana, a Croatian novel. Interesting. Finished the audiobook for Iron Flame in 2 days. It was good, but I prefer Fourth Wing. Hello. I'm reading a Lorraine Heath historical romance. I hope you're good. I have Iron Flame, but I'm nervous to start. Yeah. I'm 2 chapters in because I figured if I like just start a little bit of it, it'll be like less intimidating when I want to actually like pick up the rest of it versus starting like a brand new book can be pretty scary. Sorry, my curls are like being really crazy on this side. But a historical romance sounds absolutely lovely. Were you reading Shadowlands or Glow? I feel like those are different vibes. Is Shadowlands a romance? I feel like it is, but I can't think of what it's about. But Glow is obviously very heavy fantasy romance, which we love. The plot is getting better. Can't wait for Jude and Cardin's relationship to evolve. Oh my gosh. They live in my mind rent-free. And ever since I finished Curse for True Love, Eva and Jax will always, always, always live in my mind rent-free. Like those are my 2 fictional couples that just like I think about almost every day. I love them. Gonna be reading A Castle in the Air by Kelly Armstrong. It's a new release, the last book in a Stitch in Time series, which is a time travel historical romance series. Not my usual thing. Well, if you're on the last book in a series, it sounds like you really enjoyed it. How long has it taken you to read the series? Good morning. Reading Blood Price. Oh my gosh, I loved that book. I hope that you love it. I kind of lost my steam with Blood Mercy because the beginning is super, super slow. It's very descriptive of like a lot of details of anytime they're in like a new setting, it was like describing the whole new setting. And I was like, I want to get to something, please. And then I realized it was 700 pages and I was like, maybe I'm just going to put this down for now and I'm going to return to it hopefully soon. Reading Jade War. Oh, prayers to you, friend. I've heard that series emotionally destroys. Hi, Alva. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see your face. I will be reading Crown of Midnight. I loved Crown of Midnight. Hello, joining a bit late, hoping to read Someday. Someday maybe you'd look better as a ghost. Oh wait, maybe or you'd look better as a ghost. Someday maybe. I don't know why my brain is not processing. Gonna see which one my mood reading brain picks. Someday maybe or you'd look better. I say read you'd look better as a ghost because that sounds hilarious and I don't know what that's about, but I need to. I need to look it up. Oh my gosh, how are you liking it? That came out really recently. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up the second book in the series, even though actually, excuse me. That's supposed to be a prequel, like a 0 prequel book to Legends and Lattes, and I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up, but it just sounds so good. And I love Travis Baldry's writing. Gonna try and get to Fourth Wing this month because I have FOMO. Fourth Wing is really, really good. I don't blame you for wanting to wait until like the hype dies down a little bit. I think that is so normal. Hello. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. They're also the highlight of my day. I have so much fun with y'all on Sunday mornings. It makes me look forward to Sunday mornings so much more because I work on Sundays. It's like the first day of my work week. I always have Fridays and Saturdays off. So Sundays have become like a Monday for me. And y'all just make them so much better. It's such a beautiful, wonderful start to the morning. Y'all are so sweet. Good morning. Reading Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen McManus on chapter 37 of Divine Miracles. So should I finish it during these sprints? If you want to. The ending is a bit emotional. So if you want some emotional support, we are here for you. The Savage Lands kind of romance, but mostly, oh my gosh, interesting. That book has been on my want to read list, and I've like meant to prioritize it, and then I always forget about it because I don't know why, like the summary is just very cloudy in my mind, but I've heard good things about it. We're gonna get into our first sprint in just a moment. Oh, the romance is so good. It's so good. In like a month. Okay, wow, that has been a really good series for you then. Yeah, I feel that. Historical romance can be such a vibe. I usually lean more towards the fantasy historical romance, like fae romances set in the Regency era, and those are just some of my absolute favorites. About to finish checkmate. Hello. Okay. So today, let me share my screen. I figured I get very distracted when we start doing sprints, and sometimes the breaks that I take are far too long. So I wanted to do a little bit more of a Pomodoro method so we all have like a productive morning reading. If we want more of a break, just let me know. But I have the short break set to 5 minutes and the long break set to 8 minutes. But these will be more, I guess, focused reading sprints. Because last time when Katie and I were on sprints together, I realized that I talked in the middle of everything for like 25 minutes, and that was unacceptable. I was like, we all want to read, and I'm over here chit-chatting away. Um, so we will start our first sprint in just a minute. I'm going to start with 35 minutes, and we'll do more of like a Pomodoro method for this morning. Gave Fourth Wing 3 stars. So I'm a little nervous about the sequel because some people hate it and some people love it. I feel like that happens with all super hyped books, is that some people are going to be disappointed by it. Some people are going to absolutely love it. It just is what it is. I've been trying to avoid like opinions on Iron Flame because when I read it, I want to be able to like have my own opinions and not come with preconceived opinions from other people. And that's really hard to do with hyped books. Good morning. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. What are you going to be reading? Or if you're going to be being productive, what are you going to be doing this morning? Hi, Serena. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to slowly read Iron Flame, so I may finish All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes or start What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I heard it has Mummy and Death on the Nile vibes. I've heard really good things about What the River Knows. Yeah, let me know. Those are all really good choices. Good timing. Oh my gosh, Binding 13 is such a big book. Like, that is wild. Just finished Assistant to the Villain, and now I don't know what to read him in a book hangover. Oh my god, that's the absolute worst. Book hangovers, for me, I always switch to a genre that's, like, completely different from the book that I just read. So hopefully that helps if you have something that's very different. Good morning from France. I'm currently reading Crown of Gilded Bones. Oh my gosh, welcome. Reading False Witness by Karen Slaughter. Oh my gosh. E-reading Sean by Katie Knight and NetGalley Read, listening to Arena 13% in. Karen Slaughter scarred me for life with Pretty Girls, I think it's called. She is just too intense, I think, of a like horror thriller author for me. But those all sound wonderful. Okay, let's get into our first sprint. We're going to do 35 minutes. There's no ambiance today because I wanted to be super focused. So happy sprinting, everybody. Welcome back. How did everyone do? I'm going to start our short break timer. I read about 10%. Every time I read a little bit more of Emily Wilde, I love it more and more. Like, it's such a character-driven story, and the characters are just so good. I'm obsessed with them. It is just the absolute cutest book in the whole entire world. So how is that sprint for everyone? How are you liking your books? Hi, Hannah. Just joining. I'm reading Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb and Cinta by Honey Phillips. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Are you going to be doing like a redecorate my bookshelves with me or like reorganize my bookshelf video, because that would be stunning. Oh, whoops. Got 20%. Got to 20% of Arena and read 10 pages of Sean. Nice. Reading Way of Kings and ignoring my pile of library books and arcs. Isn't Way of Kings, I've heard really, really good things about that book, but isn't it like massive? I mean, that might not be saying much because I think all of Brandon Sanderson's books are massive. Way of Kings is by Bernie Sandy, right? 43 pages? Wow, that was a good sprint. Divine Rivals making me cry. I'm a mess. I have a vlog where I read Divine Rivals, and I wasn't expecting, I mean, like, everyone was giving that book praise, but I was not expecting to be so emotional at the end, and I was so emotional. 33 pages, really enjoying it. 17% of You'd Look Better as It Goes, so now I'm halfway through. That's amazing. What is that book about? I need to actually look that up because that title is just so funny. You'd Look Better. Oh my gosh, interesting cover. It's all green. Oh my gosh, I love books. It's a theme in books recently of people being like serial killers with like another life that we're learning about, like a part-time serial killer who is keen to keep her favorite hobby a secret despite the efforts of a determined blackmailer. That is so funny. Had dinner and read 10 pages. Nice. What was for dinner? I was just thinking if I wanted to make like a bagel or something for breakfast during the next sprint. 8% of Reckless is so good. I highly recommend the Chestnut Spring series. Read 8%. Did I hear you say you wanted to read more urban fantasy? Yes. You have to read the Hidden Legacy series. First book is Burn for Me. Okay, let me look that one up. I do want to read more urban fantasy. Because I feel like it's a I don't know, subgenre, if you want to call it that I haven't been super exposed to. I just don't lean towards a lot of like urban fantasies a lot. And so I want to try to like explore that a little bit more. Interesting. Wait. Alana Andrews is the pseudonym for a husband and wife writing team. That is so cute. A husband and wife write these books together? Oh my gosh. That is adorable. Yeah, I just don't tend to like gravitate towards these books, but I'm not sure if I like urban fantasy. Like I just need more of it, I guess. The only ones that I can think of that I've read was Jade City, and I DNF'd that book at 60%. I am going to return to it, and I'm really hopeful that that book was just a case of like right book, wrong time syndrome, and I just like really wasn't in the mood for it at the time because everyone loves the Jade City books, and I want to try it again. I'm trying to think of any others. I don't know if you would consider like Crescent City as an urban fantasy because it does take place in like a big city, but like I did love Crescent City. That's the only other one that I can think of like off the top of my head. But yes, I definitely need more. Oh my god, cute. I can't wait to read it. I love Books about women who are scholars. I think it's really funny. Oh my gosh, our timer's about to go off for our break. I think it's really funny. I love the characters. Like, we have a grumpy sunshine, and she is the grumpy, and like that is just one of my favorite things in the entire world. I might do a decorate with me for Patreon and a shelf tour for YouTube. I don't know yet. Um, I love videos like that. I really want to redecorate my bookshelves, not redecorate necessarily. Well, I will decorate them a little bit for Christmas, but I need to do like a big reorganization because right now my bookshelves just feel super duper all over the place. But I also need to do a big kind of unhaul and just like clear books from my shelves that I'm like just never gonna read again or like I don't really want them on there and stuff like that. But I do have a lot of books on my TBR cart. So I'm hoping that once I read through a lot of my TBR cart, I'll be able to like then redecorate my shelves. It's gonna be a process. Decided to read All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, 30% in. Read 5 pages because I had to walk with my dogs. It's a little bit chilly here this morning too. I have my windows open and I was like, I'm in a sweatshirt, but I was like, let me get a blanket. Like I need to bundle up while I'm reading this book. Oh my gosh, it's 1,000 pages. Yeah, I remember I saw someone like talking about it and I was like, that is such a chunky book. 30 pages, really liking it so far. JMO just snored. I didn't snort, I promise. Ooh, pumpkin salad. That sounds really good. Like the imagery is so good. I love the Fae. I think they're so funny. It really reminds me of how vicious the Fae are in this book and how they have all of their specific like quirks and things like that. Reminds me of Elfhame. Oh my gosh, yes. One of your favorite genres. I haven't read a lot of the series though because they're oh my gosh, yeah, that's a long series. Nice. Okay, perfect. That sounds wonderful. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, that was our 5 minute break. I think after this next sprint, we'll take a little bit of a longer break and we'll do like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. But we will do another 35-minute sprint. Happy reading, everyone. Welcome back. How did everyone do for that sprint? I read like 8% of my book. Let's get the long break going for 8 minutes. I had to move rooms because Ross wanted to play his video game. And I was like, I will not be able to read if you have the TV going. All right, let's see here. Urban fantasy is my origin story when it comes to reading. It all started with Night Pleasures by Sherilyn Kenyon, vampires mixed with Greek and Roman lore, and Dark Love by J.R. Ward. Okay, I need to look up Night Pleasures. Is that like adult urban fantasy? Because it sounds like it. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Hello. Dark Lover. Hi, welcome. That's okay. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to your grandma. That is amazing. 44 pages, 11 pages, 32 pages. Was this a good sprint or a bad sprint for us? 6%. Making dinner at the same time. 2 chapters left. I don't think my heart will hold out after this. Oh my gosh. I know, it's so intense. Sorry, I'm just looking at Night Pleasures. Yeah, this seems like adult urban fantasy, and it's vampires. It's so juicy. 30 pages of Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. Oh my gosh, I just read that recently. Dark Lover by J.R. Ward is so good. Okay, let me look up that one. Nearly done with my audiobook. This book, 50 out of 50 of the year. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I don't know what to set my Goodreads goal for next year, which I know that sounds like it's so far away because it is, but I mean, not really. I'm trying to figure out reading priorities for next year and starting to plan like some of my goals and stuff like that. I also meant to ask, I have Dark Lover on my want to read list already because that's been recommended to me. Dark Lover is great. Yeah, I need to get to this when I'm in the mood for another vampire book. I meant to ask, in December, do we want to continue our Sunday reading sprints? Because I'm going to be doing Bookmas. So there's going to be a video every other day in the lead up to Christmas Eve or Christmas. But then we could do sprints in December on Sundays. I probably just wouldn't do sprints on like Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. But they're really fun and I love doing sprints with y'all. So let me know if you would like to do that. Also, if y'all have any suggestions or things that you want to see for me for Bookmas, please let me know. I think it's just going to be like a lot of vlogs, some winter like fantasy book recommendations. Obviously, I might do some tag videos because there's usually like an end of the year book tag and stuff like that. But if there's anything in particular that you would like to see, please let me know. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Mix of short stories, novellas, and mangas. So it's not as 175 books is impressive. Like, do not discount reading 175 books. That is incredible. I have read a little over 130, I think like 132 books this year. But then every time I look through my Goodreads, I'm like, why does it feel like I haven't read anything at all? And I think it's because I have such like a endless TBR of books that I constantly want to read that I'm like, okay, I've read 130, but I've added like a million books to my want to read list. And so it feels like I haven't read anything at all. Okay, perfect. We will continue doing sprints on Sundays. I'm so happy you guys like them so much. I love doing these sprints. I think they're so fun and y'all actually hold me accountable to read because like I mentioned this weekend, oh my gosh, I need to make my bed behind me. Excuse that. Ross was still sleeping or like laying in bed when I was like getting ready to come on sprints. And so when I had to move in here, he didn't make the bed behind me. productivity sprints are okay. Sprints would be great in December. Okay, perfect. Yes, I love watching reading sprints back live because then it makes me feel like when I'm reading and I don't wanna feel like I'm reading, like, by myself in my room or by myself on my couch or whatever it is, I like watching sprints back because then it's, like, chatty, you get to feel like you're reading with your friends. That is so impressive. Also, like, reading mangas counts, reading novellas counts, reading short stories counts. I've read quite a few novellas this year, and I love them so much. I also have been in my audiobook era this year, like, more so than I ever have been in the past. I've really come to love immersive reading, so, like, listening to the audiobook for something while I'm reading physically, especially for chunky fantasy books. So I'm gonna do that with Warbreaker, um, maybe next week. It depends on whether I work up the courage to actually read Iron Flame next week or if I want to just stick to my November TBR and start to read Warbreaker. But I do have the audiobook for that one, and I'm super, super excited for it. It's gonna be my first Brandon Sanderson. And then also doing that with the Witcher series has been like life-changing because I don't think I would have been able to read the Witcher books if I didn't have the audiobooks for them. Um, so that is amazing. Has anyone else hit their Goodreads goal for the year? Are you close? Are you happy with your reading so far for this year? I feel like this year has been one of my favorite reading years. And right now I'm in like a really good place with my reading outside of, not reading anything for the last 2 days. But I feel like this year I was able to read a lot of fantasy and read a lot of books that I had been wanting to read for a really long time and like challenging myself to read intimidating books. The last like super intimidating book that I have to read is called I think it's called Dreams of the Dying. Let me double check. It's the book that Erin from Booked and Busy has for her book club, and her and Cassidy are reading it this month. And so I'm going to be reading it for their book club. And it worked out perfectly because I was like, this book was on my want to read. I think it's Dreams of the Dying. Yeah, Dreams of the Dying by Nicholas Lietzow. It's on Kindle Unlimited and it's like pretty long. I think it's going to be a fairly in-depth fantasy book, but it just sounds so incredible. So the fact that they're doing it as like their book club book, I'm like, I can use this emotional support, which is amazing. 100%. Yeah, I love reading along with the audiobook. It feels like someone's reading you a story, which is amazing. For me, for fantasy books, it helps me to like wrap my head around the fantasy book a little bit more for whatever reason and to immerse you. That is our break timer. So I will try to get through a couple of these comments and then we will do probably our last reading sprint. I might make it a little bit longer and make it like 40 minutes. Yes, it feels like you're reading with all your friends, and I love hearing about all of y'all's books too. Why was your goal set to 52, Bailey? You read like over 100 books, I feel like, every single year. That's so amazing. Past my reading goal, it was 40, but I've read 43. That's amazing. I have only two, oh my gosh, words. I have only had 2 books be 5 stars this year, which is not so great. That is crazy. I'm gonna do a video, I think, pretty soon of, like, all of my 5-star reads in 2023. I have to count how many there are, but I've definitely had quite a few. I don't even have any words. That is incredible. Oh my gosh, big sad. Read 20 pages. Oh my gosh, that's totally fine. Yes, adult urban fantasy. The first book is Fantasy Lover, and I think it's on KU. Ooh, juicy. I've done so well with my reading this year. I've read more this year than any other year. I'm at 133 out of 80. That's amazing. Set my Goodreads goal to 100, so I had to raise it and then keep on raising it. I've done that before. I usually start off with my reading goal being 80 or like 82 because that's kind of like a comfort number for me. Because I think that's a little less than like 2 books a week. And I usually read like 3, and then I just up it. I just keep going up. I reached it this week with book number 72. It was Wrecked by Lauren Asher. Oh my gosh, we are just crushing our reading goals. I love this for us. 13% less sprint. I got distracted and made myself a tea because it's so cold. I think I need like another coffee, y'all, for this last sprint. I think I hear that a lot. I also don't think I've had a lot of standout books. I wonder why. That's like a theme in our chat, at least. I've also, who was it? I think it was Erin from Booked and Busy talked about how it's been like 6 months or something for her and she hasn't had a 5-star read, which that is wild. Yes, the reading journal dictates the goals sometimes because it needs to be aesthetic. That's fair. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Okay, we're gonna get into our last sprint. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer if that's okay with everybody. We're gonna do 45, or no, just 40. We'll make it 5 minutes longer. That is a really good goal. Even if I pass my goal of 75 already, I'm at 84, aiming for 100. Yay! We're all so close, or we're like way above our reading goals, which is so exciting. Amazing. I feel like next year is going to be even better because this year has made clear my reading preferences. I feel more informed. Yeah, I also feel the same way. I feel like I've learned a lot about my reading this year and like my preferences, my preferred genres, books that I can like fly through, like patterns for reading. So 2024 is going to be amazing. But happy sprinting, everybody. I hope that we finish some books. Hi, friends. Welcome back. All right. In total, I read 25% of my book today, and I'm very happy about that. Let me take these down. How did y'all do? Let's see. Where did we stop? 30 books ahead of your goal. That is absolutely amazing. I've only had 6 5-star reads this year, that is wild. That's very wild. I found absolute all-time faves this year. I'd love to see you do a video on that. Yes, I will definitely do a video on all of my 5-star reads of the year. I think that would be really fun. Page 46 of False Witness, and I'm continuing with my ebook. Got to page 210 of Chasing Fire. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. I should finish Wicked King before Black Friday, aka buying Iron Flame. Absolutely. 37 pages for me, 124 altogether. That is amazing. 37 pages. I need to read. Oh, I thought I had it next to me. I need to read Blood and Steel. I'm so excited for that book. I'm excited to just scream in the book club about it. 23 pages read. 77 pages and finished Dorothy Must Die. Oh my gosh. Chapter 11 of Jade War. Read another 9%. Oh, thank you so much. It makes me so happy. Like, y'all really just make my day so much better. It's such a fun start to the week. And yeah, we have like a little community. I know some of y'all join every Sunday, and it literally brings a smile to my face. I love these so much. Swapped over to my audiobook and read 7%. 50 pages total read. I thought I'd read more, but somehow my apartment has become a Sunday meetup point for friends and family. That is so sweet, though. I wish we had family that was closer to us, but all of our family lives really far away. But thank you so much for joining, my friends. We will be doing our Sunday morning readings friends next Sunday. I think that goes without being said. Thank you so much for joining. I'm about to go play Breath of the Wild before work. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a cozy, happy Sunday. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.